In the Odyssey, Odysseus is faced with the burden of having to sail either towards Charybdis, a massive whirlpool that will swallow his entire ship whole, or Scylla, a six-headed monster that will eat his men. And his whole goal is to get home safely. So Circe tells him to go towards Scylla because he'd probably lose fewer men. And so, yes, this does seem like the better choice, but the real truth here is that there is no route that will come without sacrifice. Nolan's Odyssey is traveling its own rocky waters right now. When Lupita Nyong'o was cast, people considered it a desecration of the text. Greek critics wondered why you could use Greek locations, but there were no prominent Greek actors in the film. And Lupita was asked what Homer would think of the adaptation, and her response was, I wonder how he'd feel about the room given to women in this film, which then turned into her calling him a sexist by tabloids. I'm not saying these are all the same complaints because they're not, but they do all ask the same question of who is allowed to tell these stories and what do we owe to the telling of them. We recently launched an interactive Alexander Hamilton course to a flurry of positive response that was immediately suppressed. On the one hand, I was told I was not Black enough, that my ancestors would be ashamed of me for even deigning to speak about Hamilton or the 4th of July. And on the other side, I was too Black and essentially told that I was a monkey performing speech. Again, the question of who is allowed to tell these tales, who is allowed to engage with them, runs rampant through all of these conversations. My job is to curate interactive history lessons. If I forced a viewpoint on these issues, the lessons would be didactic and awful. There is no clean middle ground. I want people close enough to history that they feel Charybdis tugging at their ship and choose to steer towards the monsters. Anyway, as Homer told us 3,000 years ago, that's our only way home. Continue to live the questions, have our focal point, our Ithaca, make a choice, and then steer. And perhaps one day, as Rilke said, we will live our way into the answers.